Hello, everybody. Today, I want to revisit something that I have included in a video before, but people have been pointing this particular part of the video out since the stuff has really started popping off with Diddy. So it comes to us from a soft white underbelly interview, and it's an interview with this woman right here, Tanea. You may be familiar with her anyway, because she is a frequent flyer, as it were, on the Soft White Underbelly channel. Her name is Tanea, and she has a daughter who goes by Nova. I don't know her real name, but that Nova daughter has been reported missing publicly. I'll put the little flyer up right here. I'm not sure if the child was ever found again. I haven't personally, looked for her or anything like that, but she was 13 years old and she went missing, this woman's daughter. So the daughter, it was a very controversial episode. And I mean, Mark Laita's Soft White Underbelly is no stranger to controversy. He does things that are by definition controversial every time he posts a video. So you really have to be very controversial to be one of the most controversial controversies that's ever happened on Soft White Underbelly. But it's one of the most controversial controversies that ever happened on Soft White Underbelly. It has to do with a 13-year-old child.
Should we talk a teeny bit about some of the controversy? We do have a couple of subjects as of late that have some controversy.
Which ones?
Well, Nova.
Oh, the 13-year-old prostitute.
Who's now 14.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and defend myself.
This woman's child, who then went missing after the interview. Okay. This child, 13 years old, was wearing those triangle bikini tops? It was like one of those type of things, except it was see-through. It was sheer. It was absolutely see-through. You could see through it. So this 13-year-old, you could see her fully exposed top of her entire body. I mean, yes, it was decorated with a little sheer top, but you could see through it. Okay. Mark Laita posted that on the internet, publicly on the internet, for everyone to see. I saw it with my own eyes. Okay.
These people come to me. They say, hey, I want to do an interview. And I say, sure, come on in. I'll pay you this. And we negotiate and we do it. I got her mom's consent. I tell people I'd rather have you dressed the way you are. I mean, do you want to, I interview sometimes sex workers. Basically, everyone would show up with a hoodie and some Nike sweats. Do you want 2,000 interviews of people wearing hoodies and Nike sweats? I'm a visual person. And I would much rather have them. They look amazing in these high heels and lingerie or whatever they're wearing. I would rather have that because that's how they're working. That's how they're making money.
Now, there was some controversy about it. Eventually, the video did get removed, and then he re-uploaded it. Mark re-uploaded it with blurred out portion of the chest. Okay, again, that child went missing. She went missing after the interview. During the interview, the child talked about S-work, SUL services. She talked about how it was gross and disgusting that old men were attracted to her as a child. She talked about how it was a hard life. She talked about how she often, feels kind of taken advantage of for her body and stuff like that. Then you had Mark Laita, a grown man sitting off camera, kind of like, oh, so where can people find you? Where can you go? And she's talking about her social media handles, if I remember correctly. It was just basically, what I called it at the time, what it appeared to me, in my opinion, and my belief to be, was an advertisement. That's what it looked like to me. So you might be wondering, what in the hell does this have to do with P. Diddy? Great question. Well, this woman right here, Tanea, Nova's mother, the mother of the formerly or perhaps even maybe still missing child. This woman right here, she appeared for this interview on Soft White Underbelly. When was it? December 31st. So New Year's Eve. He always does stuff on holidays. He loves a holiday. Everything's happening on New Year's Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Day, Christmas Day. He loves a holiday over there. Anyway, okay, so this was all the way back in 2022, and she talks about P. Diddy in this interview. Not only does she talk about him, she talks about being trapped at his house. Let me show you what I mean.
All right, Tanea.
Okay, so we are about 5 minutes, 53 seconds into this video, and I will link the video down below if y'all want to go watch the full thing. We are about 5 minutes, 53 seconds into this video. I'm going to let y'all hear Tanea talk a little bit about what she does for work, what her sort of lifestyle choices are, and things like that. And then we're going to skip forward to the Diddy part. It's about 6 minutes in right here.
Give it to them, but it's in a way to where you could get so much out of them because of what they need. So you end up getting more. People think finessing is like just tricking somebody. No, my way, I got to finesse you the right way because I need to keep coming back for more and more and more. It's not just one time with me.
What does that mean? Like telling the guy?
Okay, and like I know some of y'all are gonna be like, you know, she's a scammer, she's a finesser, but to be honest, like I mean, it is a dog eat dog world out there. That's just how you know you have to get it how you live it, as they say.
Wait a minute, get it how you live it. 10 toes in when we standing on business. I'm a big stepper.
So I mean, I'm not even really judging her for the finessing and stuff because at the end of the day, this is a business. She's running a business. It's a service. Now I don't know if it's legal over there in California what they're doing over there, but I mean, whatever. I'm not judging from a moral perspective if she wants to be finessing people because for sure, if she's in this business, she's getting finessed too. So it's a two-way street. That's how business works. That's why it does make it difficult whenever you make into a business because a lot of times we do get these emotional attachments, but some people can keep it like this, you know, just
You need this to pay your rent. You need this to
Or like,
feed
you
your
know,
kids.
yep, all of that. Or just basically saying like, you know, like I can do this for you, I could do that for you. And basically being like a necessary thing for these men. And they need it. And I don't know what it is about me, but I got that certain little touch, baby.
the je ne
To
sais
where
quoi.
they
So
always
rather
want
than
me.
being a
I will say, like, I think this is probably not the best mother in the world. I think she has some issues, you know, morally. I specifically am not like going out of my way to, you know, defend Tanea. But what I will say is she is very smart. She does also seem to have at least somewhat of a semblance of a spiritual sensibility. And she does seem to know, like, kind of like she has very, very, very good street smarts. Now, some of y'all might know her because she actually dated Crip Mac, which is another way that Diddy kind of tangentially ties into this whole soft white world because Mark Laita is a well-known Crip associate affiliate. Like, he hangs out on Figueroa Street. That's where his studio is. So he is like, you know, the West Side Crips. Like, he's like around them. And this lady right here, she dated Crip Mac. Now, Crip Mac is or was on the Adam 22, Adam Grand Mason, Adam 16, No Jumper show. I'm just kind of showing y'all the web over here. Oh, I have this too. Let me show y'all. You know, I've been keeping my little web. Remember this web from the other day? So here, I went down here, right? Because the reason it piqued my interest at first was that, you remember this? If you don't worry about it. Just go watch my other videos if you want to. If you don't need to know about it. But this guy right here is Diddy's co-defendant in the most recent lawsuit, the Gloria Allred one. This guy right here, Big Joe, he was in this video from like 2013 promoting for the Syracuse Players Ball. And the other time I remember hearing about the Players Ball was on Mark Laita's channel with Sharp the Pimp. Remember him with the cup?
I got into the ism, man. And that's why I think, you know, I picked up what I picked up. Shit, man, the game found me.
How many girls do you have in your stable?
I don't want to talk about that.
What's the arrangement you have with the girls? You handle what part of the money?
By arrangements is by arrangements.
All right, Sharp.
Sure.
Welcome back.
Thank you for having me back, Mark.
So here we are in Atlanta. Players Ball tonight.
Good old ATL, Players Ball tonight.
The word is you might get the Pimp of the Year this year.
So they saying.
You probably deserve it.
And now he also ended up being on No Jumper, and now he has his own thing, I think, or maybe he doesn't, maybe he's still on No Jumper. Anyway, so follow this line down, and here we are to Mark Laita, Tanea, and then this right here. Okay, so that's where we are in the web. Okay, so let's get back to Tanea.
hoe on the street. You're more of a sugar baby.
Exactly. Sugar baby.
What did he say?
All of that. Or they
So
always
rather
want
than
me.
being a hoe on the street, you're more of a sugar baby.
Exactly. Sugar baby.
And this is one thing that I think is very dangerous territory to start going down because, first of all, what does it even mean rather than being a hoe on the street? You're more like a sugar baby. Okay. I mean, look, listen, again, like I already said, I'm not judging in any way. I truly am not. People got to make their money. If that's how she wants to make her money, more power to her. Like I said, it is a transaction. No problem. No problem here for me. But I do have a problem whenever we start to get into these little distinctions, okay? Because it's almost like delusional, okay? Because there really isn't a difference between what Tanea is doing and a hoe on a street, as far as I'm concerned. What's wrong with the hoe on the street? Why are we judging her? Why are we judging him? Right? If you have that certain little, and you got 10 sugar daddies that's paying your bills and stuff, and as part of them paying your bills, you having sex with them, that, in my opinion, you can call it whatever you want. Is it derogatory to call someone on the street? Yes, of course. I understand that. It's derogatory. But the fact that it's derogatory has now led people to start calling things different names whenever I know what I'm looking at when I'm looking at it. Okay. And it starts to obscure things. You know what I mean? Okay. So rather than being a on the street, she's more like a baby. Okay. All right. Good. Good to know.
Sugar baby.
And that makes you better money than working the streets?
Oh yeah. It's more safer. You know, I don't got to worry about, because, you know, people on the street, you deal with so many weirdos, creeps. You can get hurt. It's like
different guy.
So it seems like, I mean, and again, like, I don't want y'all to think I'm stupid. I know what a baby is. I've heard of that in my life. My problem is, and what I'm trying to point out to y'all, is that we really don't have standard definitions for this stuff. You could call anything, right? I just learned the other day they call S workers models sometimes to get around certain laws and things. Like, oh, I'm going to go model at a party and it means I'm going to go have sex with men at a freak off. I just learned this, okay? So the average person out here in the world hears the word model and thinks a certain thing. And then people inside of this industry use that same word model, knowing what the public believes a model is. So here we have another sort of play on words slipping out from under our feet. I'm a sugar baby, but she never defines what it is. What exactly is she doing for these 10 men? She doesn't say.
Every hour, probably every even 30 minutes.
Right.
And at this point, I need to have, like I said, a relationship with people. So like I have like millionaires, NFL players.
Millionaires, NFL players. Again, girl, get your money. No judgment coming from me. Okay. Like, is she a model? Is she showing up to parties? Is this like her boyfriends? Is she the side chick? Like, she doesn't really say. And like, honestly, I don't really care. The only reason I'm talking about it at all is because she made everybody's business by going on this channel. There's 1.1 million views on this video.
Athletes, doctors, real people.
How many sugar daddies will you have at one time?
I mean, about over 10 at once.
Really? And how long will these relationships last?
They still going on. Until maybe something like, you know, they don't have enough money, or because, you know, I'm not cheap. I'm really not cheap. You know, when I first started, I used to, you know, when people first start, you get kind of like fucked over. But when I started realizing what my worth was by the type of sugar daddies I was getting, I'm like, wait a minute, I don't need to charge $200 or $300. I need to charge $500, and then I need to charge $1,000. Oh, this one gave me $1,500. So now, you know, I'm getting more, and it's like so easy.
It's like so easy, girl.
Me too. Very easy. But you got to know what you're doing though. And it got to be a purpose, you know?
And these relationships are sexual sometimes?
Yeah, sometimes.
Are they not always though?
Not always. I get lucky a lot to deal with people who.
I'm starting to realize too, this is usually not true. Like, I've heard a lot of these interviews, and a lot of people, models included, will say, well, because I am elite, because I have something special, people are just paying me to show up and eat dinner with them. And it's like, I'm starting to realize that is true sometimes, but that is usually not true. It's usually, everybody knows what you're doing every time you're meeting up with the sugar baby and the sugar daddy. Okay, everybody knows. Again, no judgment. I'm judging the lying. Okay, I'm judging the misleading, because I have seen people I even know personally in my own life kind of get pulled down this track. It's easy money. All you have to do is eat dinner with these old men. All you have to do is look cute and show up at the game, or show up at the box and talk about such and such. All you have to do is wear a bathing suit and walk around the yacht. Yeah, until you 6 drinks in and they done put something in a drink, and now it's 15 men in there, and now you're in a room, and now there's cameras, and now there's Diddy pops out with the baby oil. It's like, don't fall for it. And I refuse to be gaslit. No, I will not. Anybody in this industry knows I'm right. Anybody actually in this industry knows I'm right. And I will not have you academic theologians in my goddamn comment section trying to tell me I'm shaming somebody by telling young women and girls who perhaps might be listening to me what the actual truth is. Because the actual truth is, it is not easy. You get used, you get abused, you get exploited almost every time you try to do something like this. Okay. It's not easy. You have to sacrifice a lot of yourself. It is work. It is called work because it is work. It is not fun. It is not easy. And if it is fun, it is probably because you are doing substances, and you should probably reevaluate whether you could be doing it without the substances. I'm just telling the truth. Call me judgmental. Call me a shaman. But the ones who know I'm telling the truth know I'm telling the truth. And it might feel easy while they're doing it. In the middle of it, it might feel easy. Some people, you might never regret it. And I really, truly, genuinely, honestly hope you don't. I hope you don't. But it is a transaction. And what is for sale is you. Just be aware. All I'm saying is buyer beware.
They're so busy and they just want either somebody to talk to, or I started a career in body rubs. So like I was making so much money with that. Like I'm talking about a day, $1,000 just easy body rubs all day long.
But that's a sexual relationship.
So she's basically like stretch queen. She's a stretch queen, 1,100 body rub. Got it.
It is. It's kind of like a girlfriend experience type of thing. You know, they want a body rub once a week and you're seeing them a lot. And like, they're giving you everything, you know, on top of gifts when you come, body rubs.
They give you a body rub?
Let's go out to dinner. It's more than just, you know.
And these guys are married or single or both?
Both. And then I like when they're married too, because I'm like, we can't do nothing because you're married, you know? And then I like when they're married too, because I'm like, we can't do nothing because you're married, you know? And it's not like I wouldn't want to do nothing.
She gave it away. She likes when they're married. Why? She just told you. I'm a woman. This is a woman. I see more in common with her than not. Okay. She don't want to be doing this. It's not easy. She likes when they're married because then she can say, I don't want to have with you.
Like, it's been a few guys where I'm like, dang, like, maybe I should just stop doing this and I should be with them. But then I have to think like, nah, you're a sugar baby. Stay in your lane.
I mean, I do believe that as we get older, and this is just, I'm speaking as a woman who's 34. I've been every age before that. And I was in my 20s. Yes, I was. I was out here at the bars and the clubs and kissing the boys and doing all the, yes, I was. Yes, I was. And as I got older, as I approached my late 20s, I was kind of like, all right, I'm ready to get married. And I always said, no, I'm not going to settle down. I want to stay single forever. No, I want to have a home and a family, actually, in a yard. I don't want to be going out wearing high heels at nighttime. No, I want to be sitting on my couch, crocheting, watching Survivor is what I want to be doing. And I do think, I know this, I'm not speaking for everybody. I would never purport to do something like that. But I think it is like a natural propensity for a lot of us to start to be like, yeah, the single thing isn't fun, actually. I kind of like this guy. He's a man. I like that. Let's do that. You know? And she's saying she don't want to have sex with these men. She likes it when they're married. Because then she can be like, oh, we can't do nothing. She's saying she even has these thoughts sometimes like, oh, I wish I could actually just date this guy like a normal boyfriend. Nope, can't do that. Why? Just do it, girl. Just have a normal life.
In love before?
A few times.
Now, I have a hard time with Tanea because on one level, I actually really like her. I think she's iconic. I think she's smart. I think she's beautiful. I think she's intelligent. I think she's capable. She's clearly smart. She has a great ability to code switch and kind of be whatever she needs to be for the moment. And I like that about her. But her parenting skills, it takes all, the points gets docked.
Has there ever been a client?
One of them, I was falling for him, but I couldn't have him. He was taken and he was very successful. And I loved his whole house. Like, imagine like me, I'm from the hood, right? So while me being, people think, oh, you're touching all this money, you're supposed to be living far. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you still be.
I don't know what that means. You touching all this money, you're supposed to be living far. I don't know what that means. Somebody in the comments, tell me what that means.
Stuck in the hood or just going through life. And like I said, fast money. So like you're using it for your needs and then you got a spending habit and
spending
kids and all this is not how you really want it to be. But I wanted to stay with him. And he was in a relationship, but they didn't live together. So like I would be there for like a week sometimes, you know? And I could come like in and out.
In my opinion, that I am judging because I do think that's bad karma. I don't think that's good karma. And I think stuff does come back to get you. You shouldn't be creeping around some other woman's boyfriend's house. That's my opinion. Y'all can do what y'all want, but you know I'm right.
And I love the whining and dining, but it just wasn't my life with him. So I had to like wake up.
Do you have a spending addiction?
Oh, yeah. Yes, I do.
Yeah. What I've learned is
Lima said she had that too.
Maybe all these women
that
do this kind of work have a shopping or spending addiction.
Yes, because you got to look the part. You know, you can't just go over there like, you think I'm getting $500 to $1,000 just for looking like trash? Like, I got to keep myself kept up, always clean.
So you can do that for less than $1,000.
Those nails she got on is probably $100 set or more. I mean, it could be $150.
You can. You could look like a.
You really can, but it's addictive.
But you
gotta
spending.
Stack it, girl.
Keep spending, and that's what
Are you saving at all? Are you saving money at all?
Yeah. So now
She ain't saving. Heard that?
Smarter now, and of course, like because I know it comes fast, I make sure that I save. You know.
Tanea, I don't believe you, girl. I do not think you are saving money.
I do my priorities first, of course, and
people who answer the question so unequivocally. Do you have a shopping addiction? Oh, yes. Usually it's not them people that have savings, okay?
Spend so much. I keep all of my stuff together because, when I first started, I would be leaving clothes at people's house. You lose a lot, you gain a lot, but you got to be smart about it. You have to be smart about this shit because it ain't as sweet as it look.
What are the downsides?
See, remember just 5 minutes ago, it was easy. It's so easy.
What are the downsides of this lifestyle?
Mm.
Does it affect you emotionally?
It affects me emotionally.
So now Mark just asked the guy behind the camera. He said, what are some of the downsides of this life? Does it affect you emotionally?
You feel like you're selling yourself
Yes, all the time.
and you're a sex object.
She feels like she's selling herself. Like I just said, y'all know I'm right.
Right?
Yeah, like a sex slave, you know? And it even got me into a situation before
I didn't remember she
where
said that, slave.
I'm gonna say that in a minute.
Oh man, this video was supposed to be short. It ain't. Let's rewind a little bit.
It ain't as sweet as it look.
What are the downsides of this lifestyle?
Mm.
Does it affect you emotionally?
It affects me emotionally.
You feel like you're selling yourself
Yes, all the time.
and you're a sex object. Right?
Yeah, like a sex slave, you know? And it even got me into a situation
So
before
Mark
where
said, you feel like a sex object? And she said, yes, like a slave. I got into a situation before where, actually, we'll get into that in a minute.
I'm gonna say that in a minute, but I would feel bad because when I try to date, you know, guys that throw it in my face. They'll get mad.
Yep.
Oh, you ain't nothing but a bitch.
Yes.
You know, bitch, how many?
This is another cautionary tale. Everybody wants to jump on OnlyFans the day they turn 18, but you will one day. I shouldn't say will. So I'll say there's a very strong likelihood. There's a very strong chance that one day, for whatever reason, maybe you're done with nursing school, maybe you're done with whatever, maybe you're just tired of feeling like a sex slave, that you're going to want to get either a man, a woman, a them, a they, a something as your partner. Okay. And they're going to have thoughts and opinions about your past. Now, do you care about that right now? You're going to say, no, I don't give a shit about that. I need money right now. That's what I'm going to tell him or her or them or they. But that stuff does stay with you. The same way she feels like she's been used, bought, sold herself, all of that, same way she feels that way. You don't just forget it. She's going to still remember it. And also, these guys are nasty. The people that are coming out here, not all of them, but a lot of them are. So then you have a situation where these guys are doing weird stuff. And then it's like, yeah, I'm trying to get out of this.
You fuck and saying stuff like that.
And then so you finally do. You're like, all right, you know what? I'm ready to go be a housewife. And what's the saying? I don't believe that. Okay, I'm not telling y'all what I think. What I think is I understand completely why she's doing what she's doing. I understand completely that she needs money. I understand completely that we live in capitalism. That ain't my point. My point is there's a lot of stuff that when you have the Adam Grandmasons out here acting like people are models whenever they're busting it wide ass open, uncensored on OnlyFans for any and everybody to take pictures of that are going to be existing forever.
And then Plug Talk is just like you guys. It's like mostly porn related stuff.
It is porn. It's actually porn. You know, we do like a 30-minute interview with a porn star and then we have sex at the end.
You can't have sex on a podcast.
No, we do.
You can,
Like-
we do.
We take our mics off and
Okay.
we move to a boom mic and we fuck on the couch.
Whoa.
They're not telling you about all this stuff. They only telling you about the quick money, the fast money, the doctors, the lawyers sneaking around in the people's houses behind the back. But the truth does slip in. You have to have the discernment in your ears to hear it. She is about to tell you about a very dangerous situation. I mean, the whole point of this video, we're about to get to it right now.
I'll be like, I got myself into a situation where I was about to get sex trafficked. And this was like 3 years ago.
3 years ago. So the video was posted December 31st, 2022. So this would have been around 2019. She is going to be describing an incident where she almost got trafficked. Listen up.
And I was just like, it was a close one. You know, I came up on this prince and he was Arabian and he flew me to Miami and he said I was going to be there for 2 weeks. We were in a $30 million house.
They were in a $30 million house in Miami in 2019.
And I ended up being there for a month and I had to escape. Okay. And we were meeting so many girls and girls from Love and Hip Hop was coming in the house and celebrities was there.
Quick question. What was that lady's name? Tierra Marie? Wasn't she on Love and Hip Hop? What? All of a sudden, I'm finding Tierra Marie bombarding my orbit.
And all of this stuff, but it started to get real weird. You know, it was a lot of drugs. And like, I don't do hard stuff like that. Like I was smoking weed.
She said she went to a $30 million mansion in Miami for a month. She had to escape. There was a lot of hard drugs. She don't do. She likes to just smoke. Jaguar Wright said the same thing. She used to stay up in these hotels and they would give them and she would say they would have stuff all out on the tray and she would just take the.
And they were doing hard drugs and stuff. And it was just like, it was getting, like my gut was telling me something bad is about to happen. But he was trying to like distract us with buying this stuff. We was going shopping and doing all these things. And for some reason, I felt like I'm used to getting it. But like this right here, where am I about to be tomorrow? And why are we still here? So then he says, well, we're going to go to Cuba. So the girls start talking in the house and they're like.
So they're just all staying in this house and doing a lot of drugs with this prince in Miami in a $30 million mansion for a month. And then they're about to go to Cuba.
Girl, I got to get back home. And he said that I can't leave. And I'm like, well, what is he going to do with us? We had went to some celebrity's house and we ended up at P. Diddy's house. And I just started hearing conversations and I just got sex trafficking from it. I got myself into a situation where I was about to get sex trafficked. And this was like 3 years ago. It was a close one. I came up on this prince and he was Arabian and he flew me to Miami and he said I was going to be there for 2 weeks. We were in a $30 million house and I ended up being there for a month and I had to escape, okay? And we were meeting so many girls and girls from Love and Hip Hop was coming in the house and celebrities was there and all of this stuff, but it started to get real weird. You know, it was a lot of drugs and like, I don't do hard drugs like that. Like I was smoking, you know, and they were doing hard drugs and stuff. And it was just like my gut was telling me something bad is about to happen. He was trying to like distract us with buying this stuff. We was going shopping and doing all these things. And for some reason I felt like I'm used to getting but like this right here, where am I about to be tomorrow? And why are we still here? So then he says, well, we're going to go to Cuba. So the girls start talking in the house and they're like, girl, I got to get back home. And he said that I can't leave. And I'm like, well, what is he going to do with us? Then, you know, we had went to some celebrity's house and we ended up at P. Diddy's house. And I just started hearing conversations and I just got sex trafficking from it because, you know, I heard the prince saying something like, oh, you can have whoever you want. Like he was like selling us, you know? So I'm like, we had went to some celebrity's house and we ended up at P. Diddy's house. And I just started hearing conversations and I just got sex trafficking from it because I heard the prince saying something like, oh, you can have whoever you want. Like he was like selling us, you know? So I'm like, is this sex trafficking? Like, what the? And
that sounds like a pimp.
Is this sex trafficking? Like, what the? And it gave me a whole nother outlook on everything too. And I had to like really like pump my brakes on how I do.
It's serious, girl. It's serious. It's not just fun, click, click, chit, only fan. No, this is serious. Trafficking is another word for slavery, y'all.
Do things. And maybe because a week before that, I had just said, like, I want to be in Miami. I want to be around royalty. I want to spend this a much amount. And I realized everything that I said that I wanted, it came like the next week. But it didn't come how I wanted it to. And
be careful what you wish for. That is a saying.
I don't like nobody.
You went and got that? You're so cute. Thank you. Thank you. Love you. Just had my breakfast delivered. I didn't even know he was going. I love him so much. Put a heart down in the comments for Prim. Love him. So lucky. Honestly, like a lot of times it's easy whenever you have like a real man who knows how to act and treats you like a equal, like a true equal. It's very easy to take it for granted because it does feel very natural. So I actually appreciate being exposed constantly to other, you know, ways that people act because it keeps me out of la la land, right? Like not everybody has it like I have it. Not everybody has a king out here letting them be a queen. Okay. Some people trying to sell people.
Somebody's saying I can't leave, you know, when I want to. Like if I got to get back to LA, handle some business. I'm a mother. Like, what you mean I can't leave? So
You have kids?
Yeah, yes.
How many kids?
5 kids.
You have 5 kids?
Yes.
So you need money to...
Okay, well, that's the section about P. Diddy. She said that she went to Miami, something about a prince. And this is just bringing to mind the Dubai porta potties. If y'all don't know about those, someone actually has lost her life, and it was a Black woman, S worker. She was not from the United States. I think she was Nigerian or something like that. But they had said they were going to pay her, you know, money to go to Dubai and basically party, to go be a model and party in Dubai and have parties. And then she got over there. And this is a very common story too. Like this happens to a lot of people. She got over there, and when she got over there, they did have the party, but part of the party had to do with poo-poo gate. And I made a video on my other channel about Poopy Gate if you want to watch that, but it's deranged. Anyway, so there was some fake Hallis, if you know what I mean. A video was made of it, and the video was circulated around and it went viral. And I guess the girl ended up getting identified, and Dubai porta potties started going around. She died. She unalived herself because of the shame, humiliation, and embarrassment. And rest in peace to her, because it does seem like from the accounts of women that claim that they have been lured to Dubai specifically for these purposes, they do say this. They say that they're put up in these millions of dollar mansions, millions and millions and millions, lavish, luxurious, and they go shopping for like days, 2-3 days. Sometimes like Saudi Arabian like princes will be in Dubai, and then they really can like buy out a Louis Vuitton like easily. So they will have like a bunch of women with them and like pick whatever you want, and it's like they get you all buttered up. And then on like the second, third night that you're there, they call you down to the playroom and it's debaucherous. And I mean, I've read these accounts. I've never, ever been to Dubai. I wouldn't even, but there's websites for this. And I did research it months ago. So I've heard this type of story before, which in my opinion is adding credibility to what Tanea is saying. But what she said was she went down there to Miami. There was a bunch of other girls in the house. It was like a month. They were doing drugs. They were probably doing sex all the time. And then they went to a celebrity's house. Then they went to P. Diddy's house. And this all happened in the time frame where she started to realize that she was being trafficked. So I don't know if that's true. This woman could be a liar. A lot of the people on Mark's show are liars. I don't know. I wasn't there. I will tell you, I believe her. I believe it in my mind, but I wasn't there and I do not know. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And I do have more on this story coming. It links back in with this web back up to Joe and whatever in the hell was going on this still publicly available Instagram post. I think it might tie back into some things we've been talking about. That's all I really had for today. In the meantime, facts ain't defamation, and neither is responding to a little video girl. Love you, Communicate.
So, what have we here?
Welcome into my world. You're playing my game. Thought that you could come up and they're fitting off of my knee. Talking out the side of your neck like you're insane. Cortisol levels to the roof. Inflame. Kids these days so shameless. Selling out real friends for a paycheck. Mama didn't teach them no home training. Wanna be me so bad, but they failing. Step to the plate though. I'll take a challenger. I ain't scared of no low life scavenger. I should warn you though, if you haven't heard, I ain't no Colleen ukulele ballanger. Shots been fired. Wanna tell that? Say it to my face though. Now behind my back. Won't be long till you share it in the group chat. And when I call you up, you're gonna backtrack. And you should've kept my name out your mouth. That's Vivo, how it all turned out. When you try to use my name.